If you want to live longer, you don't start by asking how many years you have left. You start by asking what's quietly stealing them. Not all at once, not dramatically, but minute by minute, cell by cell, habit by habit. Your body is not failing you. It is obeying the rules you've been giving it. Every breath you take fuels billions of microscopic furnaces inside your cells, mitochondria, tiny engines converting oxygen and nutrients into energy. Life itself is combustion, controlled fire, and every fire leaves residue, damage, heat, friction. This is not a flaw. This is the price of being alive. Aging begins the moment energy is created. But here's the part most people never understand. Aging is not primarily about time. It's about accumulated signals. Signals telling your cells whether to repair or to retreat. When your body senses safety, real safety, not comfort, it invests in maintenance. DNA repair turns on. Proteins fold correctly. Cellular waste gets recycled. Inflammation quiets. Systems talk to each other with clarity. When your body senses threat, constant stress, poor sleep, excess sugar, chronic inflammation, it shifts into survival mode. Repairs are postponed, shortcuts are taken, damage is tolerated because survival feels urgent. And modern life, for all its conveniences, screams threat in 1,000 subtle ways. You wake up already flooded with cortisol. Artificial light confuses your circadian clock before your feet touch the floor. Food arrives engineered to spike reward, but starve cellular nutrition. You sit still for hours while your biology expects movement. You sleep less, eat more, and wonder why fatigue feels permanent. Your body interprets this not as progress, but as instability. So it adapts accordingly. Cells divide faster, but sloppier. Inflammation stays switched on just enough to cause harm, not enough to heal. Insulin signaling dulls, blood vessels stiffen. The brain, sensing uncertainty, becomes more reactive, less resilient. This is how aging accelerates, not as a sudden collapse, but as a long negotiation your body keeps losing. Longevity, then, is not about avoiding death. It's about reducing unnecessary emergency signals. Every time you eat, sleep, move, and breathe, you are voting, quietly, invisibly, for either repair or decay. And the most dangerous myth ever sold is that these votes don't matter until something breaks. By the time symptoms appear, the decision was made years earlier. The question is not whether your body knows how to heal, it's whether your daily signals give it permission to do so.
One of the most misunderstood truths about longevity is that your body does not age evenly. Some systems fail early, others hold on, and the difference is not genetics as much as load, how much strain a system carries for how long without relief. Take inflammation. In its pure form, it's protective. It fights infection, repairs injury, clears debris. But when inflammation becomes chronic, low-grade, constant, invisible, it stops being a shield and starts becoming corrosion. This kind of inflammation doesn't announce itself loudly. It whispers in stiff joints, in foggy thinking, in blood sugar swings, in fatigue that sleep doesn't fix. And it's fueled not just by what you eat, but by what you never let your body finish. Every meal is supposed to end with rest. Every stress response is supposed to resolve. Every spike in alertness is meant to come back down. But when eating never pauses, when stress never discharges, when sleep never deepens, the body remains slightly inflamed forever. Your immune system stays on patrol. Your nervous system stays tense. Your metabolism stays defensive. And defense is expensive. Energy that should be going to repair gets diverted to vigilance. Over time, tissues age not because they're weak, but because they're overworked. This is why sleep is not optional maintenance, it is biological reconciliation. During deep sleep, your brain flushes metabolic waste, growth hormone surges, cells finally receive the message, stand down. Without that message, damage accumulates. The same is true of movement. Your body evolved to expect motion as a signal of abundance. Movement tells your muscles to stay insulin sensitive. It tells your bones to stay dense. It tells your brain to release growth factors that protect memory and mood. Stillness, when prolonged, tells a different story. It signals scarcity. Muscles shrink, blood flow slows, glucose lingers too long in the bloodstream. The body conserves, but conservation over decades looks like aging. Even food itself carries a hidden message. Constant eating, especially refined carbohydrates, keeps insulin elevated. And insulin is not just a blood sugar hormone, it's a growth signal. Growth is good when you're young, but later in life, too much growth without enough repair increases error. Cancer risk rises. Cellular cleanup declines. Longevity researchers call this the trade-off between growth and maintenance. The longest living populations don't eat less because they lack food. They eat less because their biology stays sensitive. They give their bodies time to finish processes before starting new ones. Longevity is not about doing more, it's about interrupting less. And once you understand that, the goal shifts. You stop chasing hacks and start restoring rhythms, sleep, fasting windows, stress recovery, movement cycles. Because the body doesn't need to be forced into health, it needs to be allowed to return to it.
There is a final truth about longevity that makes people uncomfortable because it can't be outsourced, purchased, or skipped. Your perception of time changes how your body uses it. When life feels rushed, your nervous system stays accelerated. When attention is fragmented, your brain never fully rests. When purpose erodes, stress hormones linger longer than they should. This isn't philosophy, it's physiology. Your brain interprets meaning as a safety signal. People with a strong sense of direction, connection, responsibility, contribution show lower inflammatory markers, better immune resilience, and slower cognitive decline. Not because purpose is magical, but because it stabilizes the nervous system. A calm nervous system improves digestion, it lowers baseline cortisol, it improves sleep depth, it sharpens insulin sensitivity, it allows repair pathways to activate more often. Longevity is not just about extending life, it's about slowing the urgency signal. This is why chronic anxiety ages the body faster than almost any food choice, why loneliness predicts mortality as strongly as smoking, why unresolved emotional stress shows up as physical disease decades later. Your cells are listening not just to nutrients, but to narratives. When your internal story is constant threat, your biology behaves accordingly. But when your internal environment stabilizes through rhythm, rest, connection, and meaning, the body begins to spend more time repairing than reacting. This is the quiet miracle of long life. Not immortality, not perfection, but margin. Margin to recover from mistakes, margin to heal from stress, margin to remain functional while time moves forward. Aging will happen. Entropy cannot be stopped, but the rate, the slope of decline, the sharpness of the fall is negotiable. Every night of real sleep flattens that curve. Every walk taken without urgency bends it. Every meal that ends before overload softens it. Every moment of presence calms the signals that say something is wrong. And when fewer alarms are ringing, the body does what it was designed to do. It maintains, it repairs, it endures. If you want to live longer, don't ask for more time. Learn how to stop telling your body it's running out.